Hello everyone, Tommy with Studio Sense here. Thanks for stopping by and checking out today's video. Any of those of you that took English classes in the US in high school no doubt ran across the now famous poem by Robert Frost, Nothing Gold Can Stay. Among other things, basically about the leaves being gold, how they quickly change, how beautiful things, don't take them for granted because they can rapidly disappear and quickly go away, and then you're left with nothing, because nothing gold can stay.
Oh, would you stay with me now till the morning light?
When you think about Frost's poem, Nothing Gold Can Stay, you might think about fragrances like the one Gold, because this particular fragrance is becoming well known for not lasting very long. When someone says, how does that fragrance perform? They're talking about how long, how much does it project and how long does it last? That begs the question then, what are some fragrances that are gold, either in presentation or in their makeup, the formula, that can actually stay, ones that are very long lasting? That is the subject of today's video. When we come back, I'm going to show you 7 spicy, oriental, great fall fragrances that are gold, either in presentation or body or both, and they are extremely long lasting. That and more is coming your way, so stay tuned. Welcome back everyone. When the leaves on the trees change, they do turn bright yellow or fiery red, and in many cases gold. They fall just like the name of the season and then they're gone. Well, what about some gold, aka spicy, oriental, cool weather fragrances that are very long lasting? Do they exist? Contrary to what Robert Frost would have you to believe, gold can stay, and today's 7 featured fragrances will prove this. The very first gold oriented fragrance is very spicy, that has fantastic performance, is a Carolina Herrera fragrance in the CH Men line. It is CH Men Hot Hot Hot. Triple H, we'll call it, probably one of the worst named fragrances. The vision behind this fragrance is, of course, a desert. A desert is where you're going to find all things hot. You've got sand, you've got sun, you've got cacti, critters with dry leathery skin that soak up the sun. That is what this fragrance is all about. Hot 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 features angelica root, grapefruit, rhubarb, violet leaf. You've got vetiver, you've got leather, and sandalwood. That is all part of the original CH Men, so you still have that very kind of old-timey leather. The combination of violet leaf, angelica root, and rhubarb, which is kind of sweet and sour, added to that spice, gives it a very unique, warm, hot, spicy, and very long-lasting scent profile. One of the more enjoyable of the limited edition CH Men line. So even though the setting is the desert here, this is perfect for cooler weather. That's really what it was made for, and that whole overall warm, kind of glowing gold theme fits perfectly in CH Men Hot Hot Hot. Another long-lasting fragrance that proves gold can stay is a Bulgari Man fragrance. It is Bulgari Man Black Orient. Of course, gold being featured in the presentation with the top of the bottle and the atomizer. Great looking fragrance, but the aroma is amazing. Bulgari Man Black Orient is definitely one of the more boozy, rich, dark. Even though there's no incense in here, it feels incense heavy. It's got tuberose, a little bit of oud, and leather. This is one of the more boozy, dark, rich, leathery fragrances that you can wear during cooler weather that will definitely captivate and grab attention. It has a very richly textured tapestry of notes that are super well blended, and one of the most long-lasting fragrances Bulgari makes. The combination of tape rose, tuberose, leather, and oud in the mid and in the base are what make this, and the rum. That rum in the open gives it that boozy, warm, welcoming, similar to the way amber and amberwood. That's what makes this such a densely packed fragrance and adds to the longevity. Bulgari Man Black Orient. Giorgio Armani is definitely no slouch when it comes to creating men's fragrance that are very long lasting. This is no exception, and this fragrance also carries that warm and wonderful gold theme, proving that it can stay. That is Armani Code Absolute Gold. Armani Code Absolute is just a great overall fragrance, but when gold came out, it proved that even the best created fragrances can be improved upon. There can be small changes that can make a drastic difference, and adding the gold to Armani Code Absolute made all the difference in this fragrance. It opens with orange and green apple, bringing us to an iris, saffron, leather, and other spices into the heart. You've got tonka bean absolute, cedarwood, guaiac wood, and benzoin in the base. This one obviously extremely similar to Armani Code Absolute, but adding the gold gave it a more, almost like a champagne sparkle, almost kind of like an effusively bubbly effect. When I smell this and I wear this, it's almost like adding a sparkler to Armani Code Absolute. It just creates a longer lasting, more revitalized and revitalizing experience. That's why Armani Code Absolute Gold proves gold can stay and stay and stay. Related to Giorgio Armani is Emporio Armani, and they have created a gold fragrance that absolutely proves gold can stay or be very long lasting in an oriental cold weather fragrance, and that is Stronger With You Leather. Definitely one of the most pleasing scent profiles, one of the most easy to wear, one of the most captivating. This is due largely to the high quality LME resins, the lavender, and the leather in the fragrance. That's pretty much the trio of notes in this fragrance that create the overall body of the fragrance, including the notes that are in all of the others. They are also in here as well, but they are just the background pushing forward the sweet resinous and then the leathery. The leather that finally appears in the dry down is what makes this fragrance last and last and last. It's like putting on your favorite belt that holds your outfit together. Stronger With You Leather. Another relatively new fragrance to the scene that is just this wonderful gold bar that just lasts and lasts and proves that gold doesn't have to be this weakling that dissipates with the season is a fragrance by Paco Rabanne in the 1 Million line. 1 Million Elixir. 1 Million Elixir is one of my favorite new releases for many reasons. One of them, of course, is that combination of Divana and apple that is just so mellow, but also so bright and fruity. It also combines really well with the rose in here. There's osmanthus, there's vanilla, a good bit of other like resinous benzoin sweet amber fragrance notes. I did a test with this fragrance the other day. I had my wife smell it right after putting it on. 5 hours in, she said the projection was nearly as strong as it was at the beginning. At the 10th hour though, it had died down to really close to skin level. That's something pretty amazing, but it should be expected of an elixir, something that's going to be having a heavier concentration of oils. Very pleasantly surprised at how long lasting this is, so if you have any doubts whatsoever, give it a try yourself, but take my word for it, this gold can stay. 1 Million Elixir by Paco Rabanne. Another spicy gold fragrance that is so easy to wear, that is perfect for cooler weather, is a fragrance by Salvatore Ferragamo. It is Ferragamo's Spicy Leather. The Ferragamo line has some really good quality fragrances. This in the Ferragamo line definitely stands out as being one of the best, most spicy and appealing men's fragrances. You've got that, what you would expect, saffron, black pepper, nutmeg, clary sage, patchouli, sandalwood. It's like a who's who of spices on your spice rack in terms of men's fragrance. So it's one of the most eye-opening, spicy, but you get into that very rich, high-quality leather in the dry down. One of the more masculine men's fragrances. It's really amazing just how good this is for a designer level fragrance. It's nearly niche-like in terms of its quality and in terms of its performance. That's what I enjoy about this particular one, which is really unusual because the one that came out after this does not last nearly as long as Spicy Leather does. So if you're, kind of hedging your bets on which one to get, definitely get Ferragamo Spicy Leather. Last of the designer fragrances that feature gold either in presentation or in body or both that definitely can stay, that have that staying power that last and last, is a fragrance by Diesel in the Spirit of the Brave line. It is Spirit of the Brave Intense. The gold fist with the lion face on it. It's an unusual presentation. It's not easy to miss. It's kind of cool. I actually really like it. There's a little bit of bougie, a little bit of gauche here, but it's an enjoyable presentation. But the body of the fragrance is where the performance comes into play. You've got apple bergamot in the open, cypress sage in the heart. In the base, you've got amber, patchouli, and vanilla. Relatively simple formula, but it's how it's put together. It's how these notes are implemented that creates this long-lasting overall profile. This is the one that I'm wearing today, and it smells so good. It is almost got like a confectionery gourmand body in the open, because that's when you get all the notes. And then when things start drying down, it becomes a little bit less sweet. That's when the amber and the vanilla combination and some of the spices kind of get together and they create this lightly gourmand, very appealing and captivating fragrance that is perfect for cooler weather. In the early hours of this fragrance is when it best projects. You will get compliments if people smell this on you. It is definitely a head turner, and the power behind the spices definitely pushes through into that 7th and 8th hour, and that's what really made me respect Spirit of the Brave Intense. Alright guys, that's a wrap on my 7 fragrances that prove Robert Frost's poem Nothing Gold Can Stay is not necessarily true when you're talking about men's fragrance and gold oriental fragrances that are perfect for cold weather. These are just 7 examples of fragrances that have that staying power that are very long lasting. If there are others out there that you've experienced that you would like to share with others, definitely say so in the comments below. Or if you have these and have tried them out and have thoughts about them, leave those comments as well. Thanks so much though for stopping by and checking out today's video, and as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I'm Tommy with Studio Sense, and I'll see you tomorrow.